Welcome guys. Today in this video we're going to be looking into session replay, also known as user session recording. So what happens is, like, if you have a web application, you can do the recording. Like, you can actually record um, the user interaction with your website. So we do have few tools, and I'm going to list them out here. uh, so the tools we can use, uh, like, it's a long list, but like normally you would end up using a FullStory, and I can just FullStory. It's gonna look like this one. Every click tells a story. So basically you need to sign up for that, and then you can make an account, and they have both the free versions and the paid ones, and again the paid one is going to have more functionality. Another good candidate is going to be Hotjar, which we're going to be integrating today, just because it provides you a little bit more in the free version. That's why I'm just going to be going with the free, the Hotjar today. And we will see the integration with the React application, how you would do that. There are other options. Mouseflow is another one, and then inspect uh, Inspectlet is another one. You can also look into Smart Look. So these are the ones which are normally used a lot. Again, they what they do is, like, they would give you the recordings which we are interested in, also known as the session recordings. Then we have the heat maps. Then it's going to tell you click tracking, so how many clicks have been, um, what button has got how many clicks, and so that kind of analytics is going to be provided. If you have forms, it's going to give you the form analytics. User surveys can be provided. There's another one I did not mention that, and that is Google Analytics. Again, this one does not give you any kind of videos for a user uh, interacting with your app. So I wanted to show you how it's going to look like. The Hotjar, the UI, like their UI, how does we're gonna get into that. But before that, in order to use it, once you make an account with the Hotjar, so again you can once you so it also tells you the visitor's behavior. And once you make an account here, right, it's gonna ask you a bunch of questions. Doesn't have to give any kind of credit card, and you would be good to go. So it's gonna give you a snippet. It's gonna be a script element, and that's what we're gonna be using. So the first step is that if I go here is to install that library. The command for that is npm install react hotjar. So I already installed it, so I'm not going to be doing that. Then the first thing we're going to do is, like, if you go to your public folder and then go to index one, you're going to have a file like this. You would have a head element. So inside your head element, they're gonna give you a script element which would have a function like this hotjar, and that's gonna be your function. You're just gonna put that in here in the public slash index.html. That's the first step, or maybe the second step. The first one was to install the npm install react hotjar. And in terms of, like, how you would use it, so let's say if you have your main source file where you are declaring uh, the routing, and you are using the functional components, and you have this kind of a working app. It uses the functional components. It does have it already has the code for tracking using the Google Analytics, and we wanted to integrate it. So the thing which we need to do uh, is basically, the first thing is that we are going to need the, where is our React block? We don't even have it. Okay, we're gonna do an import React, and then use effect from React. Okay, so you're gonna initialize our Hotjar, and the way you would do that would be uh, initialize Hotjar, and the function is gonna look like this. So once you have it, we're gonna look at the, if the window dot age exists, we are gonna say that the window dot age, we're gonna actually give it a trigger. The name of the trigger, you can choose any trigger. Maybe I'm just gonna call it demo demo analytics. You would define that. We already have a component here. I'm gonna reuse that component to show you how you can have multiple analytics. We just call this track page view, which actually wraps our routing constant. So we have the routing constant wrapped by that component. So we are gonna change the score here. We're gonna put these things into use effect, so they happen every single time when our all the pages are rendered. And we are gonna move this code here, and in order to do that, we just have to call this function. We're gonna say initialize Hotjar without any arguments, and that would do it. So basically, we already have our application wrapped, inside the routing, right? So the router is wrapping our application, all of our paths, and then uh, that routing component, routing constant is going to be wrapped by a track page view, and then you can return the children of that, and it's gonna get triggered every single time wherever you are going in there. So basically you can have multiple routes here. Or the whole application is gonna, like, all the routes in your application are gonna show up here. So it's gonna be wrapping that, and that's how. So you would make a commit, you would push the code to your production, like the production website, and I wanted to show you how it's gonna look like. So if I just sign in, so that's how it's gonna look like. So you can actually go to the recordings. So I just created the account. It is not showing any recordings, but they are on my way. But you can actually look at the trends, you can look at the funnels, and heat maps, like how. So it's gonna basically tell you in terms of showing you a heat map, showing like the uh, how many times your page has been visited and stuff like that. That's all I wanted to cover in this video. Thanks for watching.